Welcome, everyone, to Shield Wardens, Session 5, where last we left off. The party had concluded their business at Gallipos estate, dealing with Nassos, leaving him there under the care of his guards, returning with Randy's contact, saying he was going to pass on some information to their lady, and from there, the party left. They headed back. They spent a day of journey, and then they arrived in the evening to have a good night of festivities in the Lion's Den Tavern. Randall had a brief encounter with his father's manservant, Chimmins, and he also ran into a Aarakocra that he decided to get close to, Miss Modia Hella, a airship captain, and that's kind of where we left off with him, her inviting him to go upstairs. The rest of them were in the tavern, and that is where we are going to more or less begin again. All right. First off, can everyone give me a wisdom saving throw? Let's not waste time. Let's just see if he wants to use it. All right, so let's see. Wow, Lucius, well done. All right, Hendrix, well done. And 9. Okay. So, for this sake, Lucius and Hendrix, wherever you ended up deciding to sleep, you are fine. You have no issues with your sleep, no problems. You wouldn't probably even be aware that there was anything attempting anything of the sort for everyone else. So that would be Peos and Randall. At some point during the night, a dream comes to you both independently. You're seeing through eyes. You know they're not yours, as in dreams you often do, but you can see out through them. You see past this like yellowish snout, and you see inside of a room 2 figures, one sitting on a large kind of like throne up on a slight like dais. In front of him stands a robed figure in kind of what looks like ancient looking wizardry sort of robes, with a metallic collar wrapped around his neck tightly. The large figure sitting in the throne, as the light flickers and catches his face, you see this demonic visage that would be familiar for anyone who had looked inside that mirror. He sits there and leans over. Finger outstretches towards the other creature, and a little spark of energy goes from one of his taloned fingers up against the collar on the other figure, and the runes upon the collar begin to shift and change forms. The vision shifts a little bit, and you see a reflection in the mirror, that of a yellow-looking dragonborn, now looking fairly gaunt and worse for wear, chained up upon like a large pillar with like metallic shackles on it with glowing runes. Then the 2 figures shift, and your vision goes back to them quickly. Looks like a tether to the upper realms. Her power's not fully curtailed. The smaller figure in robes starts walking forward, and as he begins to stride towards this shackled figure, steps up, and you start to see a very pale, like gaunt-looking face, white hair, long, underneath the hoods. The robe's very dark, like a charcoal ashen gray darkness to it. He steps forward and reaches out, and his finger traces a spot along the air, and you see like this tingle of magical energy as the shackled figure looks up to follow his trace. Tether to the upper realm. I think I will follow that at some point soon. but I think you're done showing whatever it is you are. And all of a sudden, blackness comes. Your sleep returns. Probably startles you awake. Where would you be? Where are you waking up? You guys independently can choose who wants to go first, but go ahead. What was Pius doing? Where did he end up sleeping?
Yeah, I think he would have found kind of a rural place, as far as, something offset from civilization.
Okay. So within the city, it depends on how far you want to travel out. You could very easily have spent a bit of time to walk out of the city and get outside the walls to more like farmland and stuff. Or there are parks within the city that you could have, kind of found something that's like Central Park or whatever.
Yeah, I think he would have done that.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah.
So waking up to that, he would have looked around, saw what was going on within the nearby vicinity, and looked over at Phoebus, probably still sleeping, and just kind of shook it off and just passed back out.
All right. Randall.
Randall wakes up. He is in a round bed that is fur-lined with a fur covering. He has a large feathered wing draped over his chest just now from a slightly snoring aviation captain. He's inside the captain's quarters of her ship, having managed to convince her that it would be a good idea to look inside her cockpit. And from there was a fairly simple segue. The room in my head, I have it as small, but packed with shelves and a small desk with navigational maps and a little lamp on there. But that's just how I see it just now. And he takes a moment to slide out of bed, carefully not waking her up. And he looks around the room, looks out the porthole to see where he is in relation to the rest of the city, and sees if he can recognize any landmarks at all.
Yeah, so from the airship, you would see probably familiar docks that you have used to exit the city in previous occasions, though probably a more recent venture for you, just using that once to go to the Barony of Resnich. Oh no, that was your brother, wasn't it?
Yeah, my brother told me about that adventure. I didn't believe him.
Yeah.
But whatever.
So, I mean, I'm sure you've known the docks, but you do see up on a high hill a light, kind of the beacon of the temple, shining brightly,
Right.
which signifies the location of your Shield Wardens camp as well. And, various other, of course, the dockside hotels and places that you would have experienced many a nights either playing or trying to play or scamming or whatever you do.
Is the sun coming up at all? Are we in the pre-dawn?
Yeah, we'll say that there's just like a crack of light starting to kind of form, like that very early, like just a little lightening of the sky. It's still fairly dark, but it is just starting to lighten just ever so slightly.
Where the bricks on the wall have that faint, light, pale, red hue sheen to them before the sun's come up entirely, but you can still see the semi-silhouette of the city coming alive. Okay. I'm going to take the opportunity to write a very quick letter to Medea. It's going to be something along the lines of, I had a lot of fun last night. I know you did as well, at least twice. I am going to head out because I do have a job. I know, it's crazy. But look, if you want to come and hang out sometime, come by, and I give the address to the temple, and ask for me. I'll come, or send a runner. In the meantime, don't leave the city, because I may have a job for you, and mixing business with pleasure is always a good idea. Kindest regards, Randall Rose. And I put a little stick figure drawing of the two of us in a position that she enjoyed last night. And then I head off.
All right, sounds good.
Randall's such a child. I love him so much.
Yeah.
All right. Anyway.
All right. So, where are you heading off to? To the temple via the Kraken. I feel like picking up a quick kebab on the way through. Okay.
Nothing like a morning kebab to ease the hangover before it realizes you're no longer drunk.
Right. It is probably a good option. Okay. All right. Sounds good. Yeah, you swing by the Kraken. You see a large, rotund, kind of scowling dragonborn leaning up against like a counter behind this like little stand that you go to. He kind of snarls as he sees you come by. Rome's.
You work in the morning shift. You're so tight-fisted you won't even pay for a guy to run this particular section. That's mad.
Well,
calm down, Hardison.
Yeah.
It's okay. I'm just asking, man.
You know, sometimes you get employees who decide they don't want to work. And then you might have to roast them a little bit with lightning, but, you know, it's okay.
Did you send someone packing again? Mate, I'm telling you, there's a reason why it's called a lightning bolt. Because they'll leave.
What do you want, Rome's?
Give me the Kraken special. Go extra crispy on the chicken there. You know I like it. Lightening that bad boy up. Can you do me a couple of sides of hot sauce and some dirty fries?
You do that every time, like you pretend you don't know you're gonna order them, and then you order them anyways.
Hey, one day I'm going to surprise you. One day I'm going to order the veggie quesadilla, and you're going to be like, who is this guy?
Right.
Although, to be fair, on the day that I order the veggie quesadilla, you know it's because I'm actually terrified and I need you to grab me and throw me into the back room, okay?
Fair enough. Yeah.
Okay.
What, next you're going to tell me you got a job or something? And he turns and starts.
If I didn't have a job, how could I pay for this meal? And I drop a platinum piece on him.
Whoa. You're actually paying, like, on time, up front.
It's mad. Like, I've actually got a... You know what? I can't even talk about it. Hush, hush. King's man and all that. Oh, I've said too much.
Well, anyways, what do you think of that senator dying?
I'm sorry, what? Who died?
What was his name? It was Costas or something like that. Senator Miscoglow. Yeah.
How did he die? Let me guess, in his sleep, and it was nice and soft.
I mean, they're not really sure. They're trying to investigate that, I guess. There was a whole bunch of people down at his estate yesterday.
Right then. You know what? I'm going to still stick around with the kebab, I won't lie.
It's almost done. Anyways, here I can give it a quick... and he blows like lightning onto the stove, and like everything just kind of like crackles and sizzles. Yeah, sped up a little, might have gotten a little too crispy. It's a little less accurate when I do it that way.
You're fine. Nah, I like it. We'll call it rustic style.
Yeah.
All right. Anyways, listen, I've got to go.
All right. He wraps it up in like this paper and like hands it over to you.
Thank you. I take the kebab I'm going to take the dirty fries out from one side, and as I go past the blind beggar outside, I drop the fries on in front of him and go, "Morning," and I'm going to head on out. I'm not going to chat to him. I haven't got enough time. Senator is dead. I'm going to run to. I'm going to walk quickly to the temple. So that's going to be my plan. Heading on through to that section there. And walk into our spacing on the entrance, and Lucius and Hendrix are asleep.
Are you two? Did you two return to the Shield Wardens camp, or did you find lodging elsewhere?
I would have probably stuck with Lucian, being my drinking buddy for the evening, assuming everybody else dispersed. Where would he have hung? I assume we would have gone back to the barracks at some point. Or got lucky, one of the two. I don't know how Lucian's game is on a night out.
I was gonna say, I don't know if it happened or not. I'd leave it up to you, but Lucius would have definitely tried to get with that girl to try to whoop his ass in the ring. So he probably would have bought them like a few rounds to get the guys drunk enough to like leave him alone, and then, see if he can get lucky with her. But if not, he probably would have went back to the barracks then.
You can give me a persuasion check.
18.
All right. She's definitely nice to you, and you guys do get some time to talk. However, she does not seem to be one to quickly move to more than just discussions, or she seems a bit reserved. But so you don't find yourself in her bed, but you do spend quite a while probably talking with her.
It's okay. He appreciates that. He likes a challenge, so he would probably just go to Randall and not Randall, Hendrix, and should we get a room here or just go back to the temple?
You see a drunk Hendrix like,
yeah. Yeah, if he's that drunk, he'd probably get like one more round and then just grab a room in here.
Okay. So, Randall, when you get back in the wee hours in the morning, there is an empty barracks room there. We'll leave.
What is happening?
Yeah, we'll leave you there for a moment.
How am I like the most responsible one of this crew? That is insane. As I take some of the hot sauce and I put it at the base of Lucius's bed. Under the covers.
Oh, God.
It's so hard being so responsible.
It's tough. Someone's got to do it, though. I'd assume that Peos, given his normal routines, would probably be one of the first out of the three of you guys to awaken and begin his day. So what is Peos's morning looking like?
Wakes up, shakes that dream off. Probably does some morning exercises. Does his run with Phoebus, and on the little run, he's probably going to hunt in the park. Anything he can find, he'll kill.
All right, roll me a survival check.
I am going to use my special ability.
Okay.
Because that sucked. That's better. Nat 20.
Okay.
25.
Yeah, you actually are able to find like basically the equivalent of like a pheasant sort of thing, like a small game bird that is rather delicious to eat. I mean, you found squirrels, you found some other things, but you dismissed that wanting something better, and it doesn't take you too long and you spot this bird going by and you're able to capture it. Kill it.
Pretty much going to prepare it, dress it, whatnot.
As
and
the joggers go past watching this happen, what the?
Yeah.
To see Piles leaping out, stabbing this bird. Someone else runs by a bit later on and just see him feathering it with this maniacal grin, blood all over his face and hands.
There's like a woman with her child that she's like walking like this like 4-year-old through the park, and come here,
Why
and
is the bad man hurting the bird?
But
puts her hand over his
a
eyes.
stone.
We're awful.
Can you imagine being the park warden just going past at the start of his shift and going, nope, you know what? I don't get paid nearly enough to deal with this at all. Nope.
You're not dealing with a crazy badger.
And
Too early for this.
after I get done, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up everything that I need to wrap up and take it back to the temple and find a place to cook it.
Okay.
And start cooking.
Yeah, you're able to make it back. Randy, you see Peos like striding through the hallway with this like bloody piece of paper, like holding like this dangling bloody mess in a paper. He's like wrapped it up in something though.
I see that. When we talk about we're going to spend the night with a bird, you and I have very different meanings.
What do you mean?
Oh, nothing. What you got there, old buddy?
Breakfast.
Are you going to eat that raw?
No. I'm going to be cooking. You want some?
I hold up the big kebab that I have that's still not so much steaming at this point. It's kind of congealed. I'm like, nah, I'm good. This is the breakfast of champions right here, my friend.
Greasy. I just keep walking.
Yeah, you're able to find like the kitchens, and there's a few cooks in there.
Can I just say, as he's walking past, I'm going to munch and I go, by the way, Senator Costas is dead.
Interesting.
Isn't it, though?
Let's go back to Hendrix and Lucius. You guys were able to find yourself a room in the Lion's Den. There's several options there. Say there was one open at least that had a couple of beds in it. So you're able to wake up in the morning. Give me a Constitution saving throw. Let's see how well we're feeling in the morning after our night of drinking.
I feel a bit rough, but not as bad as you look, Lucian.
Thanks.
All right. Yeah, I mean, for sure, you're feeling it both a little bit, but it's not too bad. You know, it's kind of what you would expect. A little bit of dehydration, a little bit of pain in the head, but nothing too crazy. So as you guys wake up in the morning, what do you guys get about doing?
Well, one, some food, and two, try and find out where the others went. I guess they'd probably go back to the barracks. Shall we head that way, Lucian?
Yeah, if you want to get food, I got you. And Lucius is gonna take them to like I imagine they have like a little section where the ox guys go to eat, and they like give them all this food and shit. And if anybody asks him, he's like, "Oh, he's the new recruit. I'm trying to put some meat in his bones, so make sure you give him a double and get like a plate just full of food."
All right. Yeah. Would this be like a special tavern that you guys like? It's like your haunt, or is it like? Would you take him to like the ox, like barracks within the city?
It would be near the barracks, I would imagine.
Yeah. All right. So you go to a small kind of place called the Bull's Head, and it's kind of packed with a bunch of soldiers, similarly gleaming like golden-looking armor, all crowded around, kind of noisy, laughing, joking, and you just get these like 2 plates full of like, it's like hash browns sort of thing with eggs on top and different like vegetables and things thrown in there, kind of like a power breakfast sort of thing. And then some like sausages like chopped up mixed in there with it, all drizzled over with like some sort of like sauce, maybe similar to hollandaise sauce, but it's the ox. It's probably a little bit spicy. So you're able to
scram this down. Haven't eaten in 2 days. Well, it feels like it. I'm pretty sure we came back to town last night to get food and never did.
We
Dinner of champions. Alcohol. As I down my coffee.
I'm through this food quicker than anybody else at the table.
Yeah. Actually,
I'm pretty sure some of the guys are looking at him like, damn, because he's a little guy compared to them.
yeah, you got some like big, like burly ox lodge guys that are just like looking down at you like. One's like, how the hell? Something so small put away so much food so quick.
Yeah, man, this guy, he crazy, man. I wouldn't mess with him if I was you.
No, you know, if Lucius is scared, I'm not gonna touch him.
I give him like a weird evil eye. Like.
Yeah, he's my apprentice, so watch out.
All right, you're able to finish up breakfast, and let's get you guys all back together. So you head back to the temple and the Shield Wardens, kind of like barracks area. Peos, you're able to cook your bird to your liking. However, you know, the cooks aren't super pleased with you being in there, but they know that you're one of the wardens, and you know they kind of let you do whatever the heck you want to do in there. Yeah, and with that, you guys are all able to kind of reconvene.
Hey guys.
Hey, where did you guys go? Me
Well,
and you drinking.
I mean,
I don't remember much after that, but you guys weren't there.
I spent a bit of time with my deer.
I saw you have a bird, but a deer as well.
Ha! I see what you did there.
Get around.
Yeah, no, there was no Furbolg enjoyment last night. But we did have a good time. A good time was had by all, shall we say? And I think I've got ourselves a contact for the airship in case we need one. But
Think quite highly of yourself there.
I can't recommend it. I can't generally, to be fair. I would say we've got that lined up, but I heard the news that Senator Costas got murdered last night.
Costas.
Sorry, boy.
Do you remember
get to him.
Costas? The guy that we stopped dying in that duel.
Yeah. A
Yeah.
hand on the sword, like.
We thought that he was safe.
Apparently we were wrong.
I mean, we told Theodosia. She said that she would make sure that he was safe. But I mean, that happened quick.
Well, he probably had a lot of
He does.
enemies.
Oh, did anyone else have any weird dreams last night? I'm not sure if it was just the alcohol.
I drank way too much to dream.
Just a headache. By the way, you got something on your shoulder, and he's gonna like dust your shoulder, and he's gonna pull out a feather. I think you missed some.
Oh, yeah, that's actually from the down. Very nice.
I usually don't ask, but how does that work?
Oh, you just find a way.
if you say so.
I do. I mean, whatever, man. We live in a society where why would you restrict yourself? You know?
I don't know. I was just curious. I mean, it's not something you see happening every day, you know?
I'll tell you what, next time we see an opportunity for you, my friend, well, I'll be your wingman.
Okay, I'll make sure I lift you up to my shoulder.
There's nothing you can do about that, guys. That joke is just going to happen. All right?
Yeah.
There literally is no way you can avoid it. But yeah, no one else had a dream? Okay.
At that time, Pius brings out a platter, the pheasant, some roasted potatoes, some carrots, some other things, puts it on the table. Breakfast is ready. And yes, I had a dream as well.
Oh yeah? What was yours?
Demon.
A demon?
It was about the demon in the mirror.
Go on.
Our dragonborn compatriot was captured.
Cat. You dreamt about Cat and the demon.
I did.
Katarina.
Something about going up.
Yeah, and there being a thread of connection.
Yep. We had the same dream.
You were looking as if from Karina's eyes.
Yes.
Okay, it's way too early to get the heebie-jeebies like this, you guys. That is super creepy.
I hate to be that person, but it's like a short people link thing.
We do not have that.
I mean,
Are you guys like cousins?
I'm a halfling. He's a gnome. We're very different animals.
We are.
Not just because of the race thing, but yeah, other things too. But, you know, I'm too creeped out right now to be offended by what you just said there, Lucius. I'll deal with you later.
That's fair.
Mm.
And then you say the senator died after the dream.
Well, I found out about the senator this morning, but I think it may have happened whilst we were away. And by the way, not for nothing, Silas is still in the wind, and we don't know who has him at this point. So the thing we went to go and get, we failed to do. The person who went to go there with us has been kidnapped by a demon who's now aware of us and is coming for us. The senator
coming for us.
He said that he's aware of our connection to the upworld, and he's going to go and look for us in a while.
It
Far
was
too early for this.
disturbing.
Yeah, I take a look around the room. Are there any mirrors in this room?
I'm doing the same. Help you out if I can.
Any mirrors that are in this room, I'm picking up and I'm taking outside, and I'm just putting them in the corridor outside our room.
Yeah, I mean, I would assume that, you know, being a barracks, there's still at least one functional mirror probably attached to the wall. So you could do it, I'm sure. Just take a little bit of time to, you know.
So me and Hendrix are going to be like grunting as we're like, get this thing off. Get out of here. So yeah, hold on. Demon hunting us. Professor in the wind, don't know who's got him. Senator that we decided we wanted to protect against the vengeful asshole mercenary, killed. We're not doing a good job, lads.
Well, we didn't know he was going to get murdered.
We had a feeling, and we were like, it's more important to look after the professor. And then we didn't look after the professor either here or there. Like,
Well,
I can't believe I'm going to be the one to say this out loud, but I think we need to be a bit more responsible.
Hopefully our lady's not mad about us not finding him. But how were we to know that he was going to be gone when we got there?
No, you're right. We should report into Theodosia, though, for sure. See what McCrilly wants us to go and do next. Like, there might be a way that she wants us to play it. She might have other wheels in motion, you know what I mean?
Sounds like a great idea.
Okay. Oh, brush your teeth, Lucius. You smell rough, mate. Oh, I should do it too, actually, to be fair. No, all right. So after we brush our teeth, can we go see Theodosia, please? Yeah.
All of us in a line, just...
Yeah.
You know what's weird? I feel like Pios, even after having gone through all of that, still has the same lovely natural breath that he has. I just feel like Pios never brushes his teeth and therefore never needs to brush his teeth. You know what I mean?
That's how it works.
I've known
Yeah,
people like that.
that's the science.
Yeah, it's totally how it works. Yeah, so after the teeth brushing montage, we get, yeah, you guys get up to the temple proper itself, slightly detached from the shield wardens like bunk, like barracks area. But you get up to the main temple area and you are able to locate Theodosia. She's sitting in her study. You're like kind of guided there by one of the acolytes who are attending the entryway, recognizing you guys as appointed shield wardens. Guide you over to this sitting room. It's got like a couple couches, a couple large like leather chairs, a chair there. She has a desk like off to one side, but she's sitting kind of near a fire that's like on low, like just a little bit of crackling embers, reading in her chair with like a cup of tea sitting on the table next to her. And she kind of like closes the book that she was reading and looks up as you guys enter. Ah, hello, boys.
Madam, does she look pissed?
She looks, well, give me an insight. That's why there's rolls in D&D.
I definitely don't notice.
Yeah, she's pretty calm and composed, as she always seems to be. So, how's your little venture?
I think Hendrix has got that report for you there, Theodosia. And I'm just going to sit down on one of the sofas and lie down and then close my eyes for a second.
Yeah. Wait, didn't I hand it to you, Pius? I didn't. Pius, I think you've got the report, haven't you? Of what happened? I can't seem to find it on myself.
The guy is gone.
That's the summary of it. It seems they had air travel, and their pace was a lot faster than ours. We weren't able to catch them in time.
All right. And any word on that? Any leads on that?
I believe you've got a few names and a direction. They're going. Is it
And they were headed west, right? Yeah.
west?
Possibly off the island.
All right.
So, when ships go off island, do they have to check in and out like you would with a boat leaving a country? Like, would they have to at the furthest dock sign out?
Yeah, there'd have to be is there like a bill of lading? Do they have to acknowledge a certain route that they're going to take?
If they leave from the main docks, there's quite a bit of documentation. The downside of air travel with airships, that some of which are very maneuverable, if they decide to forego the main docks, if they file a plan of travel without following it, there's very little, unless we are actively searching for it, that we can do to ensure that those paths are trodden.
Do you have a way to check in on the professor, though? We have his book, so I mean, I've read books about how some priests can scry using objects that belong to people to actually find those people. And you've actually spoken with him. So would that not help the situation as well?
That may be a possibility.
If you could scribe, we might be able to, have a better bead on where he might be.
This is a possibility, yes. Let me think on that one. I have certain duties I often need to attend to, and I don't always prepare to look afar, as it were.
Are you busy looking inward just now?
Always looking inward.
Well, all your navel gazing, did you know about the senator?
Yes, sadly, the senator has passed from our realm into another.
Can I get an insight check on this from her? I'm trying to get a read on as to what this actually means to her.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. If I could help him, or just roll my own. I help.
Got an 18 on insight.
Okay. And then you were just helping, right? You weren't.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's no
Oh.
right.
Yeah.
Then I'll,
So
I'll
you-
roll
yeah.
again, then see if I get the advantage on it. Okay. Natural 20! 22.
Yeah, so you can tell for sure that is something she's actively being concerned with, something she's actively been working on. In fact, you probably see a little bit of like redness in her eyes, like she hasn't quite slept as much as she should, and she's still kind of trying to parcel out like the information as to what possibly could have caused such issues. What caused it, who, I mean, although you probably, with a natural 20, catch that she probably has some idea of who's responsible, but not the hows of things.
If there's anything you know about the situation that you think might help us do the job you have given these guys, it might not be the worst idea in the world to pass it on to us. We're in the dark here, Theodosia. Sorry, Mrs. McGilly.
That's okay.
I really would like you to help us out.
That I can understand, and yes, we have much that I'm working on. We had initial reports, initial studies done. I'm still working on some other information. I have alchemists that are working on things. Do not detect magical means of destruction, but his death was hastened and unexpected, though we were on the lookout. So I suspect...
Was he stabbed?
No, I'm thinking probably poison. All the looks of like a heart attack of some sort, but that, with the timing of everything else and your information of the attempted duel, that I feel this could not be just coincidence. So of course I suspect, as I think you guys had gathered some information before, but I have a feeling that Senator Hele is perhaps behind it, but I have not yet determined who the tie is.
So what do you want us to do?
Well, you said right now you're cold on your trail for Professor Crow, and
Yeah, but
though I think that is an important thing to follow until we get more information, of which probably on the morrow I can do as you have asked. Either that, or I may send for someone else who has better skills and would be more prepared for that sort of thing, though they would lack the direct ties. Though with that book, that may provide enough. If you would like, we could get you access to Senator Costas's estate, if you want to do some looking of your own. We also have preparing the remains to go to the capital, the main capital, here in Letong. As most senators of any sort would be given proper burials in there, under the king's. That is kind of up to you. Was there something you felt more that your skills would be akin to?
well, Randall's gonna look a little shifty at this one, and will be like, "Well, I don't really think it's such a good idea for us to go into the king's court. You know, there's some people in there who we don't need to see anytime soon. You know, we probably would do better to not go there, and to go somewhere else instead. That's yeah, right, Hendrix."
We could always check the room, see if we can find anything incriminating.
I like that. It's good. I like that room. You know what I like about that is the lack of rich, influential people being there. Yes.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's not a bad idea. And if you guys go search in there, I can stand guard in the door. Nobody's gonna really think much of it. I mean, we do that all the time. So
Listen, if it comes to making sure no one goes through a door, Pios has proven himself to be 1-0 in that particular department.
well, I'm a bit scared of him, especially with that rock thing that he has and that Olaf fetish.
That's a point. You left these on the bar last night, and I'll just hand you a bag of rocks.
It goes red with embarrassment as I take them. And I'm like, did you take them?
I don't know how I got them, to be honest. They were on my person, and they're not mine.
No,
I asked the other guys, and I don't think it's theirs, so it must be yours.
they are mine. But I mean, they're Pios. They're for you, mate.
I will take them.
They're memory stones.
What are memory stones?
It's well, I mean, each one of these is from a time or place where you and I have been together, and we have shown that we are a good fighting team. And I thought that you might like to keep these and use them when you find yourself your Goliath. I mean, we've got to find you a good sling first, but once we get that lined up, perhaps you'll take the time to smooth these down a little and make them a bit better.
Indeed.
All right, don't be overcome with emotion. Take it down a notch. Jeez. Oof. Look at this guy. Just a sobbing machine.
Very in touch with his emotions, I can tell.
Yeah. I like you, said Dosha. You're hilarious.
So, yeah. And she walks over to her desk and she picks up a piece of paper and she scribbles down a quick note on it and puts a bit of wax on and presses a seal into it. Hands it, just kind of holds it out in front of you guys so whoever wants to take it, she kind of lets it. This will give you free reign at the Costas estate. The guards there will allow you to conduct any investigation that you guys deem necessary, desirable, and yes, anything else you need from me.
If they get in the way, can we take action against that?
I mean, that should ensure that no one gets in the way, but if you are accosted, you are welcome to return hostile activities.
Very well then.
I'm gonna look at Randa real quick and then just gonna whisper, do you wanna mention your dream or anything? Or...
Speaking of group, you guys left with a new warden I had sent your way.
Right. Yeah. She didn't make it.
She didn't make it.
She got sucked through a mirror.
Sucked through a mirror. And she slides back into her chair, crosses her legs. That's an interesting story, I'm sure. What happened there?
By a demon.
I mean, we don't know if it was a demon. It had definite demonic elements, certainly, to it. But we're not sure. I'd like... you guys got a library, perhaps, with some fiendish monster descriptors at all? Some kind of tomb that might have details on fell creatures, fiendish creatures. I do well reading in a book.
Pretty good with pictures.
I'm very good with pictures.
We have many tomes on many subjects.
Right, but on this particular subject of demons or devils
Demonic
or
creatures.
yeah, Exactly.
Could have been a god, even.
If we don't have any books here, I might know somebody who could help us out.
She knows a guy.
Sorry.
Yeah,
So maybe
that,
it's knees from above.
Yeah, right. My
Maybe
allergies
all-
are just acting up.
Maybe all four of us don't need to go to the Costas residence. Maybe we could break that up. I have a feeling that Pios and maybe one other would be able to do that work with a bit more subterfuge, say a guy clanking around in armor. You know?
I get it. I mean, I'd be more than happy to go talk to my contact and see if maybe he can help us with the whole demon thing. I can explain to him what happened. It's somebody of magical descent, so...
Yeah, all right.
Yes, if you would like, you talk to your contact. If you need further information, I can send for Sagranis. He is well versed in demonology, and
I think that might be the person I was going to talk to. It was the elven dude in the party that when he found out about Silas and went all off on him. Was that the same guy? Or?
yes.
Yeah, that's a grandness. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I was going to talk to, because it was kind of buddy-buddy with me in the party, so...
Yes, he has places here within the king's palace, just across the courtyard, really, not too far from here. If you want to go to him directly, that would be perfectly acceptable.
Yeah, I think I'll do that. I do have one question.
Of course.
Do you happen to have something dressy that I can wear? Because I don't think showing up with a full set of armor and my weapon would be good on this, you know?
Yes, we do indeed have some, I mean, most of them are acolyte robes, but we do have some nicer ones, if that is what you desire.
I just think it would be respectful and, you know...
I got you, Cam.
I appreciate it.
I'm going to use my creation ability, and I'm going to bedeck him in a very classy merchantman set of robes. You are now covered in a Hessian white robe with a purple flax stripe down one side. Inlaid into the purple is several sigils of the ox lying down. You're wearing open-toed sandals with straps that wind up to your knees, and you have a classic short tunic underneath it. It's understated, but it is a very it reeks of subtle, discreet wealth. Yeah, it's in the cloth and in the texture and in the comfort. To the casual passerby, you look like a regular pleb, but for those who know, this guy's got some style. Okay?
Thank you. Yeah, I really appreciate that. And I'll do my best not to get it dirty.
No worries at all. I don't tell him it only lasts 1 hour. Okay. And it will then disappear.
All right.
All right, well, if you guys don't mind, I'll excuse myself and get on that. Good luck, everybody. And, I'll give her a bow and turn around and leave.
As he leaves, I
over.
turn around to Hendrix. And I'm like, should I have told him that it's going to disappear after an hour and he's going to be naked afterwards? It's more fun this way, isn't it?
Yeah. Just imagine the look on his face when he comes back.
I mean, luckily it's only Sagranis. It's not like it's someone of a deeply...
Oh, God, hopefully his family's not there, because when I met him in the party, there was 2 other people with him, but one was a female.
totally humorless individual. That's going to be fine. Oh, well. So, Tadashi was saying?
Oh, dear. All right. So the three of you are going to go to the Costas estate. Meanwhile, I will see what we can do, gather information. Anything else I need to know of the goings on at the
Gallipos estate.
Gallipos estate?
Come.
So I'll cast message and just quickly whisper to you. Do you want to ask her about that horn you found?
About that, what I found?
The horn.
Oh God, yeah. Oh, like you guys all see me go. Oh God, yeah. Oh, obviously, I pull out the horn, and I'm like, this right here. What is it? What's going on with that?
You want me to identify this for you?
Yes, please.
All right. She reaches out, puts her hands out for the horn. She'll take it and close her eyes. It takes a little while as she spends the time to ritually cast. And then she hands it back. This is a horn of alarm. You think of who you want to hear within, I believe, 300 feet or so. And that person themselves will be able to hear a sound of an alarm from the horn.
But only them.
Yes. It's a good way to alert someone of something without alerting everyone of something.
Oh, that's pretty fun.
Come, I have a feeling it will be used more for the ill than the intentions it was first purpose for.
Oh, Theodosia, you do me wrong, girl. Come on now. I'm a classy geezer. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. GM, do I need to be attuned to this?
No, it is not.
Or
It doesn't have
is
like
the
a
horn already in tune? Ah!
Is it infinite uses, or is there a number of types?
No, it's pretty much. I think it's can be used. I have to double check. It's actually in Horn of Silent Alarm. It does have 4 charges. 600 feet is the actual.
4 charges a day?
It regains 1d4 charges daily at dawn.
Nice. All right. That's good stuff.
So when you use an action to blow it, one creature of your choice can hear the horn's blare, provided the creature is within 600 feet and not deafened. No other creature hears sound coming from the horn.
All right. Can do. Okay. I'm going to tie up my shoelaces. And as I tie up my shoelaces, I'm going to leave a little parchment by the foot of the sofa.
Mm-hmm.
And then be ready to go with the others.
All right. Sounds good. As you two kind of groups separate off in your own directions, we're going to take a moment to take a quick break. So thank you all for joining us live if you're here on Twitch. Otherwise, if you're not, check us out every other Monday on Twitch. Join us to influence. You can give healing potions, you can give advantage, disadvantage, and we'll be adding more things the more people we have, if we can. So thank you all, and we will be back shortly. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us for yet another XP Guild show. If you are enjoying this, please do us a favor, click like, subscribe, hit the bell notification if you want to be notified when our next show goes live. Feel free to drop us a comment. We'd love to hear from you guys, hear your thoughts on the show, or anything else you want to talk about. I'd like to take a quick moment to say thank you to our friends over at Hero Forge, a Sky Castle LLC product. We are not sponsored by them, but if you're looking for great custom miniatures, check out HeroForge.com. They've been so kind to let us use their art, as many of the miniatures and artwork that we use come from their website with their permission. However, they have not reviewed our content, and so what we do does not necessarily represent their views or beliefs. Again, thank you to Hero Forge. Now, let's get back to the show. Alright, guys. Welcome back. All right. When last we left, before the break, the two groups were going different directions. Lucius walking across kind of this courtyard area from the temple fixtures to the palace area in search of Sagranus, and the other three off to Costas's estate to investigate further the untimely demise of the senator. I'm going to start with Lucius. It's not quite as far of a distance to go. You make your way over to the palace area. There are ox guards there guarding it. They salute as you come forward.
My boy.
What can I do for you, Master Lucius?
I'm here to see Sagranus.
Ah, yes. The one that dressed you will gesture towards the other guard. Show Lucius to Master Sagranus' quarters. I believe he was in there last time.
Before I go in, I'm gonna go take the training you guys did over here.
Of course, pretty cushy spot, you know. I know that you didn't always get guard duties, but, you know, guarding the king's palace during this time, anyways, is pretty uneventful.
It's better than, you know, getting your ass killed, so. And I'm gonna sleep on like Philo. I'm gonna be like, one of you guys, you know, have a drink and enjoy yourself after your show.
Wow. They must pay you more than they pay me in this lodge.
Oh, when you go to war, you know, has the benefits as long as you survive that.
Combat pay does have its perks. Oh, I appreciate it. And he'll slide the coin into a pocket in his uniform underneath his armor.
And he'll do his beard thing and go forward.
The other one will lead you through the halls, kind of quickly taking a turn down like a set of side halls, which is kind of more like servants and guest rooms and stuff like that. Finally bringing you to a door kind of towards the end of the hallway, and he raps on the door, and shortly you hear, yes, come on in. And he'll hold the door open, kind of step in. Master Sagranus, we have Lucius here from the Ox Lodge. Come as a visitor. You hear, yes, Lucius. I believe I met him the other night. Yes, show him in. And he'll step back out and gesture for you to enter. You may see him now. As you step in, you see a large, almost like a suite sort of a thing. Like there's a large sitting room with bookshelves kind of just strewn with all sorts of scrolls, tomes, all sorts of things. One second. So tomes and parchments and all sorts of things there. He has this like large kind of like curved stained glass window area that like reaches high. It's got various depictions of like the main one is like a large oak tree looking symbol with like a sun behind it. And then there's just like various other images of like magical effects and various robed figures casting spells and such. He is sitting in like a large just plain like brown leather chair that's been like polished and looks nice and smooth and well worn, and he's sitting there in his large, like his gray robes, kind of an ancient style, with the the tree and the sun symbol upon his breast as you saw him before. A very similar outfit as he was wearing before, maybe a little bit more of a casual, so his guy doesn't have like as much like trim, filigree or anything on any of the edges of his robe. Master Lucius, please have a seat. Forgive me for not rising. My bones are a little stiff this morning.
That's alright. Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
You see his scarred and mangled kind of face with like burn marks and little patches of kind of whiting hair. What may I do for you, sir?
Well, remember that gentleman that had that book and you had the little talk with?
Professor guy.
Yeah, we decided to follow him because he ended up talking to somebody to get funding for his little trip. And when we ended up in the place to look for him, we encountered something that it took one of our teammates, and we need any help we can get. And I figure you'd be the first one to ask, since you're kind of knowledgeable in that department compared to everybody else.
Took one of your teammates. What happened? Please tell me.
It's gonna sound a bit silly, but what's the name of the guy? The Heapless guy. The guy who he had the physical problem.
Nasos.
You know Nasos, right?
Ah, yes, the young Lippos.
Yeah, he was the one that got in contact with him, and when we went and found him, he seemed like he summoned a demon, or he was in contact with a demon, and this demonic entity dragged our comrade through a mirror.
That is disturbing.
There's also more. Two of our comrades had a dream last night about it. It was like a vision with the demons. They were linked to our friend who was taken.
Okay.
Yeah. Demon devil, yeah.
The demons have long been looking for a way to impact us up here. Since the shattering, they have been mainly content down below, but more and more it seems that somehow there is an insurgence, a rise of their activity. Alright, so what is it directly are we looking for?
Well, we do know that they took the professor out west in the airship. We don't know exactly where. I was thinking maybe some type of ruin where he can continue his work or something. I don't know, maybe if you knew anything about anything like that. But the other thing is just more information on these demons. See if maybe there's any way for us to go to the plane where they took her friend or anything like that. So just some information. Obviously we're not gonna go hasty about it, but anything that could help us with it would be helpful.
Of course. Were you able to cover any other information from this Nasos, this young Lippos? Did he have papers or tomes or anything like that would gather any more directing of my search or my knowledge?
Did you find a book, Randall? I can't remember. Did you guys find something in his room or not?
I had a bunch of papers and I handed it to
But I'm not there right now, so you can't ask me that.
No. I was just wondering because I was there when it happened. I was just curious.
I don't even think I wrote it down, to be fair. That's so bad.
Yeah, there was a series of things that you guys found that no one had the ability to read those particular papers because of the language of which they were written in. Because you found the diary, which was kind of like a whiny little boy's diary thing. And then Hendrix found in the Chester drawers or the wardrobe thing a false bottom with a bunch of other papers.
Yeah.
Books. All right.
I just tell them we might have found something, and I don't know exactly, but I can go back and talk to them, and if I find anything, I'll come back and bring it to you if it's all right.
Yes, if you like, that would be helpful, of course. I have knacks for certain tongues, and if I don't know it, I can know it. So,
just in case, I'll describe the demon that I saw in the mirror to him, see if that helps any.
Many demons have I seen in my life. They all seem very similar in my estimations. But, yes, I can perhaps follow some trails there. The mirror itself, the one you said she was pulled through, right?
Yes.
Did you guys bring that along with you?
We did not. It's back in the state. I do have one more question, because I remember there was a statue that we saw there that looked like a demon. Mm-hmm. Is there anything that I can roll to maybe remember what it looked like, or?
Sure. You can, I think this would just be like an intelligence check, like a just straight, like, do I remember well enough to describe?
Are you gonna do me like that, man?
I mean, what else what would you think that memorying would be called for in this?
Athletics, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't remember. I'll just say
that's muscle memory.
Yeah, there was some statue in there, but it was just so many things happened, and we were just in shock.
Fair enough. And this was the Galipos estate here, or you traveled with him elsewhere?
Elsewhere, where they have the hippogriffs.
The hunting lodge, right?
Yes. Exactly.
Bolltree. Bolltree.
All right. If you are in dire need of it this second, I can maybe point you in some directions. If you would like to gather some more information, maybe meet me back here in a couple of hours or so, and I will go and do more investigation on this mirror and this statue you speak of, if you like.
I think I'll gather more information. That way you can be more informed, and maybe, you can find something better than just rummaging through random books.
Sounds good. Then, if you would like to confer with your friends, track down whatever papers that he may have, and he starts standing up, and he reaches over and grabs a staff and kind of helps himself stand up, and he starts walking over, and he makes a gesture, and a bunch of chairs and furniture slide up to the side, and a carpet on the floor slides to the side, and you see a set of runes set up in a circle upon the floor. Well then, I'll let you see yourself out. And he taps the staff on the ground, and a portal appears in front of him, and he steps through, and it shuts behind him.
And I'll make my way to where they went. Okay. And probably end up halfway naked on the way there.
Nah, you'll be all right.
You get 3 hours, so you still got.
Yeah,
I thought it was 1 hour.
Yeah, it's not 1 hour. It's 3 hours. I've clearly leveled up since then.
Yeah, clearly more powerful than he thought he was.
This power's wild.
So yeah, while you head off in the city to track down your compatriots, the rest of the group had headed out earlier than you, obviously, towards the Costas' estate. So it's actually, the last name I made, I'm not going to pronounce. We'll just call it the Costas estate. So the three of you arrive to the Costas estate. It's not super far away because it is in this upper echelon of members of society. They are all kind of on one of the higher hills here in the city. You come to a like 2-story estate. Nice, not huge, sprawling grounds, but well kept, green grass, like large, like kind of cypress trees that block the view for most people from the street level. There's like marble gate that kind of goes around the estate itself, like a wall, I guess, not a gate. That would be very heavy gate. And like a golden gateway, though, that stands open right now but is guarded by a couple of the local city guard. And as you approach, they kind of step in front of you. This is a place of investigation, gentlemen. I'm sorry, but I don't believe you are allowed entrance.
I believe, sir, that's where you would be wrong. And I pull out the letter and say, we're actually here to investigate this murder. And I hand over the letter.
He takes it, looks it over, sees the seal. Well, my apologies, sir. I didn't realize. Yes, if there's anything we can do, I'll send word, and we will all give you your space. And
if not, I am allowed to bash you in the head.
I go up to the guy and I tap him on the chest and I go, "Don't do it again."
Yes, sir. Sorry, sir. Anything you guys need, we are at your service.
The murder. What room did it happen in? Or where was the body found?
It was found in his quarters, on the floor in his quarters.
On the floor, not in the bed.
No, sir. It appears that he did not get that far, or if he did, he got up and fell, but he was face down in the room up there. Yeah, I'll show you.
Gentlemen.
And he gestures to one of the other guards to kind of like take over the gate responsibility, and he starts he walks you in these large double like polished oaken doors.
Before he walks us in through the doors, can I turn to Pios real quick and go, "Hey Pios, do you want to see if you can get into the bedroom from outside? If anyone can, you can, right?"
Yep. And I just
see if you can do it without being seen by any of the guards. Because if they're looking right now, I want to know how hard it would actually be. You know what I mean?
Indeed. So yeah.
All right, give me some rolls.
He doesn't even know what bedroom it is.
I'm going to give him a bardic inspiration, by the way.
Okay.
Stealthing 27.
Yeah. You disappear into the brushes, the brush-like area around there, and you're able to kind of like make your way unseen up to an area that looks to be like it's on the second floor, and you can tell that it seems to be like the largest, most opulent room. It has like a balcony that overlooks the backyard area there.
I want to search that area for like footprints, any kind of detail as far as like if the window has been opened, maybe it paint chipped off or parts of the stone, flaked down from above. Any telltale sign that it was like an outside job.
Okay. Give me an investigation roll.
Ooh, nat 20. 21.
Okay. You scour that area, and you're very well in tune with your ability to spot different things, and you scope that kind of entry to the window, to the way that you would climb up, the way that anyone possibly would climb up or maneuver around, and you don't seem to see any sign that anyone had tampered or traversed this area any time recently. To the point that you're certain that if access was gained to this room, it was not done from the exterior of this house.
I'm gonna slip in through another way and get up to the house.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, if you were wanting to climb up in from the outside, you spot ways you can do it, and you can do it that way. Or if you want to go in through the house itself, that's obviously no one is here stopping you. No one's looking to impede you, so it's however you think Pius would go about this.
Probably up through the window.
Okay.
For sure.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's easy enough for you. You're skilled at what you do, and you're able to kind of like shimmy your way up a decorative like pillar on the outside and shift over and leap onto the balcony, of which you see the doors are wide open. Meanwhile,
pretty much as I do that, I want to like time it where they've already been in the room or whatnot, and then come in.
Sounds good. Yeah, I was going to say, meanwhile, the rest of you are probably making your way inside with this gentleman, and he is showing you like the way up these stairs from this grand entryway.
Nice stairs, mate. I assume not the only set in the entire mansion, yeah?
Oh, no, of course. They seem to have a servant set of stairways more towards the back.
All right. I look over at Hendrix and I give him a nod like,
Yeah.
well, I'm gonna head off in that way. Let Hendrix continue to be taken up the main stairway. Splitting the party, you guys. There's no way this goes
4
bad.
ways. So good. I like.
4 ways split at level 4.
So
level
nice.
4. So nice.
You're level 5, aren't you?
Oh, I mean, yes. level 5.
That's all good.
Yeah, sure.
It's all good. Yeah.
I'll walk into the room. I'll just be asking general questions like, when was the body found? How many people had access to his room before the day before? What was his plans for the day and the day before as well?
Yes. Well, sir, the body was found yesterday, early in the morning. So we are assuming he either was poisoned or, killed of some sort, whether it's magical, although it seems like that was ruled out already, so we are assuming poison at this point, unless it was indeed a natural cause. Sometime either during the night or right before the night, one of his servants came in and was able to find him lying flat on his face right over here, and he gestures. There's like a set of chairs that are like by a fireplace that's built into the room, with a like square table that's in between the 2 chairs, of which there seems to be 1 cup, like a cup of tea that's like sitting there empty on the table, and he gestures to a spot like on this rug that covers most of this area that's between there and the bed itself. His servant, his morning servant, came in to do the normal wake up and help him with his clothes and his daily rituals of getting ready for the day, and found him here like this, just laying flat. And he kind of gestures like hands out and head off to the side, as like a mimic of how the body was laying.
And this servant, do you have its name?
Yes, this was Josephus. Josephus, yes.
And is the servant still on the ground if we need to speak to them?
Yes, This servant is currently sequestered into his room, downstairs in the servant quarters.
If I could have the room for a moment, I'll grab you if I need you.
Of course. And he nods his head and will walk out into the hallway and kind of stand guard out in front of the doorway.
Once he's out of earshot, I'll use message and point to the general side of the house I believe Randall went, and just say, keep an eye out for this servant that found him, and tell him the name.
Okay.
And
Josephus. Okay.
They seem to have been the first one on the scene. Might have some valuable information.
He did it. 100%. The butler did it. It's always the butler, mate. And if I know one thing, it's definitely this geezer.
And hand over to somebody else and then come back round to me afterwards if you want.
All right.
If not, I'll just start searching the room.
Perfect. You start searching the room if you want to give me an investigation check, but we will jump to Randall and see what Randy's up to down there.
Randy is going into the servants section, noting the change from rich wood to untreated. The stairs here don't have the same polish and veneer for sure, but they're still clean. Going to wander on through, listening out for the sounds of any kind of life coming from any rooms on my way to the kitchen. Do I hear anyone about?
Give me a perception check.
Sure. This is something for which I always do very well. Oh, 18. There we go.
There you go. You hear the sounds of, there's various servants that are doing work in the kitchen. There seems to be several servants in some of the rooms. As you walk by, you can kind of hear a few. You hear someone sobbing and crying. You also see that there are guards that have been stationed, city watch guards stationed within this hallway area to ensure that no one comes or goes out of this hall without them knowing what's going on.
I say quietly to one of the guards, do you know the servant Josephus?
Ah, yes, the morning servant for Master Costas.
Where is he?
Over there, that third one to the right.
Okay. I'm going to head through there. I'm going to knock on the door.
Yeah.
Josephus, can I come in, please?
Yeah. Hold 1 second. You hear footsteps, and then he pulls open the door. You see a bald man with a kind of blonde goatee, and you can kind of see his eyes are pretty red. He's wearing just a white, kind of a off-white suit sort of thing, but it's the shirt is unbuttoned, so there's kind of an undershirt under there, and he's just kind of looks a little bit more disheveled than most servants would normally look. But yeah.
Okay. I'm going to say, Josephus, I'd really like us. My name is Randy Rones. I'm here to investigate your master's death.
No. Yeah.
I'd like to ask you a few questions, and I'd really like it if we could be friends. Would that be okay? And I'm going to cast Charm Person on him.
Okay.
So wisdom saving throw of 14.
Wisdom saving throw 14. Let's see what he rolls. Yep. You feel fairly certain that he is under your charm.
Okay.
Yeah. Come on in. I'm sorry. Can I get you tea or snack or something? Or
yeah, I'd love a cup of tea, thank you. That'd be great.
He's got a tiny wood stove, kind of off in the corner, and there's a pot that's sitting on there. It's slowly steaming, and he'll go over and start putting together a cup of tea, and he'll walk over with it and hand you on a. It's got like its own little saucer and everything, and sugar or cream or anything.
No. I take it plain. Thank you.
It's a small room.
Yeah.
There's like a table. There's a closet, like a small like closet kind of area. A chest at the foot of his bed where he keeps extra belongings. And like one small wooden chair that like kind of goes with the table there. I'm sorry, it's not the nicest place, but
I've seen worse. Please don't apologize for where you live or how you live. You've done very well for yourself. I mean, you're the personal servant you were personal servant to the senator.
Yeah.
How long have you known him?
I've served Master Costas for 10 years now.
The line between servant and master can be interesting after such a long time.
Yeah.
You would start to regard each other more as perhaps family?
I mean, I was fond of him. He gave me something to do after my service, after fighting, and he was a good man. Cared for him, but he was still a boss, and we didn't quite socialize outside of normal work, but yeah. Anyways.
Okay. I'm going to take a sip of the tea, cautiously tasting it to see if I can pick up any other tastes, any coppery tang or metallic edges or almond flavoring to it that would suggest perhaps some kind of poison.
Yeah. I mean, should we roll? Yeah, pick something to roll for this that you think would tell you what might be in this.
I'm gonna go with the nature.
Okay. That works.
Yeah, it's not really about survival. It's about nature. It's a 9.
You're picking up a little bit of metallic flavoring, but it could just very well be the old pot that's steaming away on the stove. It's not really your area of expertise.
I'm fairly confident that if there's any kind of poison, I will have a natural resistance to it. My constitution's fairly strong in that particular regard. Mm-hmm. Did you make the tea for Costas on the night of his death?
Oh, no. I tend to be the servant during the morning hours. I wake him, I get him prepped for the day, I go about his daily business, and then usually when it comes to dinner time, Lucia takes over those duties.
Right, and Lucia would be making the tea from the kitchen?
Yes, usually in the kitchen down there. I make the tea and bring it up, a pot up for him, or sometimes just a cup, depends. Sometimes he wants, he's gonna stay up and work at night, and sometimes he just wants one cup before bed.
So he would have a cup of tea regularly?
Oh yes, he was a tea man. He, usually would have his breakfast tea, and then there's the afternoon tea, and then usually one after dinner in his room.
Right. Okay. Where's Lucia now?
I don't know. I have not seen her since. But she was scheduled to have a slight holiday starting yesterday after her services. So maybe she headed off first thing before I found him. I don't normally check in with the others in the morning. Lucia tends to having to be there all night, ready to hear from him if he needs anything. And usually
Thank you, Josephus. Please wait there. I'm going to start heading off into the kitchen, and I'm going to blow on my horn thinking of Pios. I'm going to do 3 short blasts, followed by 3 long blasts, followed by 3 short blasts.
All right. Pios. Give me a concentration check or a constitution saving throw. Just for funsies.
18.
Okay. Yeah, no problem. You're like mid-air leap onto the balcony as you start hearing this blast of horn going off in your head. But you're able to like concentrate well enough to land without any issues. But yeah, you hear this sound, this alarm going off in your head.
I walk in to the room.
Of which, Hendrix, you're in the room looking around. What do we get on our investigation check?
I hadn't rolled it yet.
Okay, no problem.
Wait, I can do it now.
As you're looking through the room, you hear...
No one came in through the outside.
Oh, God. Where did you come from? Where were you?
Outside.
Before we left you at the gate.
You told me to go search the outside, so I did. There is horns going off within my head.
Horns. And I'll message Randall. And Pius is with me.
Can
By
I
the way-
reply to a message?
Yeah, you can.
Okay, cool. Then I reply going, I'm down in the kitchen, come by.
And by the way, Hendrix, you have a advantage to that roll, by the way.
Yeah, if you
Shadow-
wanted to utilize your advantage.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
Someone in chat gave you advantage.
Okay, let's roll again.
Thank you, chat. Kind of a vital time to have an advantage.
TY.
It's as if they...
You got one too, actually.
Yeah.
I rolled a 6 and then I rolled a 3. So,
it's just not your forte. This,
perception, all good. Investigation.
Yeah, you see an empty teacup still sitting on the table. You kind of look around, inspect a couple fibers, but it doesn't mean anything to you. Yeah.
I'm trying to act out how he died, and it's making no help. Maybe that way.
You would like me to search the room?
Tell me what your eyes see, Badger Boy.
I'm so happy that nickname is sticking.
What of the horns?
Oh, that's from Randall. He says, meet us in the kitchen when we're finished here.
Right.
While Pius is actually doing a good job of searching, I am taking the only bit of knowledge I know from searching rooms and checking for a false bottom at the bottom of the wardrobe.
Okay.
Okay.
Give me another roll for that search.
All wardrobes have false bottoms.
Yeah.
This is
That's
a fact.
That's
It
how I'm
only
believing
work
it
to
in
the
rich people's
data
houses.
that has been presented to you at this stage.
Which, give me a roll of investigation.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, and what was the bardic inspiration give me?
That allows you to roll. I think it's actually, it's still D6. But on an agility check, you get to roll twice,
Okay.
as well as. So you get to roll that D6 twice and choose the higher of the two.
So that is nope. And I'm going to roll again for investigation. Wait, no. So
that's just 7, but then you add
D6.
2. Yeah, and then you choose which of the 2 D6s you want to keep.
oh, okay.
Let me check
gotcha.
that and make sure.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. 2d6. And pick the highest.
yeah.
So 12.
Okay. It is, it's tough, honestly. You're looking around. You look around and you spot a few things. The bed does not look like it was really slept in. It's still kind of made up and positioned much as it would have been. It's turned down on one side, but it was not slept in or disheveled. I'm trying to gather what a 12 would give you without That's probably the main bit of information that you would gather, is that whatever happened, he didn't sleep in his bed. Whether he slept in his chair. Let's actually say this. Given your investigation and your knowledge of reading signs of things, you kind of look at the chair, and it appears that he didn't sleep in the chair, so you gather that he probably died somewhere between leaving his chair and the bed itself. So probably, the night before he was found.
It appears that he died the night before he was found, and he didn't die later that evening either. It seems like he died early, as in he never made it to his bed from the chair that he sat in.
Hey, but a man of this, he wouldn't have turned his own bed down. So somebody must have seen him alive in the evening to turn his bed down.
Outside, there was no detection of whatsoever about coming in stranger. So something about maybe possibly inside job.
Maybe. I'll just check the bottom of that wardrobe and then we'll go find Randall.
Indeed.
Okay, what do we get on our wardrobe search?
I was going to wait till it popped up, but investigation again, yeah?
Yeah, go for it. All right.
An 18.
Very nice.
Got something.
Yeah.
It's another false bottom wardrobe.
So you
Three
go
for three.
to the wardrobe and you check the bottom like you do. And you actually don't see anything in the false bottom. However, as you're like kind of dejected and a little upset, you like shut the doors and you like put your hand on like the side of the wardrobe and you like click something. You hear a little click. And then you're able to like pull the wardrobe like off the wall, and behind it there's like a whole bunch of papers that are like pinned to the wall itself. And it seems to be that he is trying to track the various dealings of Senator Hella McCoty. And it's like those like investigator things where there's like strings tied here and
spider diagram
here,
yeah.
And there's like all these different like strings going all over the place. That is all like leading into the picture of the Senator Hella McCarty.
Okay. I'll look at Pius and... Shall we take these?
I think we need Randall.
I'll push the wardrobe back over it.
Yeah.
Let's go get Randall.
Indeed.
So you guys head down. We will say probably about this time you've spent enough time that Lucius, with his brief encounter with Sagranus, is able to make it to the estate. He's led in, and is probably like heading up the stairs as you guys are heading down the stairs to go meet up with Randall.
So you're coming in. You're coming in through the front door of the estate, Lucius.
Yeah, I would be coming in to meet up with you guys so I can get that info from you guys.
So from your angle, you can be at like one at the front door, looking down the long corridor towards the servants' quarters at the back, and you see me in my red robes come out of one room and walk with purpose, pulling out my lute from behind my back, starting to strum it as I walk up to the kitchen door, and I just teep this kitchen door as hard as possible with my foot. Clash slam the door, boom! I come into the bedroom, start singing out. Everyone in the kitchen, I'm looking for them to turn around and see me, stop what they're doing as I start singing, playing my lute, strumming away, and I'm looking at each person as I go past them. And the song is basically going to be something along the lines of, I'm looking for my lady love, I've made a terrible mistake. I really want to let her know that I have no more hate. In my heart, I think of you in every single way. Oh, Lucia, where are you today? And I look around and I'm looking to see if any of the women are looking embarrassed. And when I inevitably realize that she is not there, I will cry out plaintively, "Where's my darling Lucia?"
Yeah, give me an insight check.
Sure. I rolled so well in the first half of this section, I feel like I'm now due a whole bunch of terrible rolls. Goddamn free subscriptions. Did I call it or did I call it? That is a 7. Hold on.
Yeah, you have advantage, by the way.
I have advantage. I do. I'm going to use it right now. That is a 10.
Okay.
I'm going to do something though. I feel this sucking of energy as if I'm almost pulling thing from around me, and I don't really understand it because I've never really felt this before. But I'm going to apply something which allows me to gain an advantage on another ability check. So could I roll that one more time?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay.
It's a 14.
All right.
And as that happens, I feel this power is not coming from my loot, which is usually where my powers to come from. So whilst I'm being more insightful, I'm also got a little thing in the back of my head going, what was that? Okay.
Yeah, so you do notice a couple of the girls that are working off to the side, kind of like whispering to each other really quickly and shooting you a glance and then like trying to pretend like they don't know anything.
I go up to the two of them and I go, "Where is she?"
Where's who, Master?
Where is she?
She... the mistress of the house?
Eileen. As you know, I'm 3.5 foot. I stand up on tiptoes, looking up at them. Where is she? She has my child.
Your child, sir?
She is with child. Mine. I worry that she's out there somewhere with my unborn child.
Give me
still with her.
Yes.
Wandering alone? Don't you want her to be safe? Deception.
Oh, geez.
That, my friend, is a 24.
And one, like, kind of gets a little teary. She never told us she had a baby coming. She was off on... she said she was going off on holiday. She was going to meet someone. She had coming about a week or so of time off. I think she was going to take a ship somewhere. What did she say?
What was the name of the ship, girl? Tell me now.
I don't know the ship. She was going to be heading towards Niñas, the resorts over there.
Niñas?
Yes.
Oh, God. Okay, that's fine. Fine, I guess. When did she leave?
First thing, I think, in the morning. As far as I know, I didn't quite see her leave itself, but I think first thing in the morning yesterday, right before everything happened.
Thank you, girl. I appreciate your time. Have a good day. And I'm going to walk under the arms of Lucius as he's like, "Hey!" And I go right through past him, walking with purpose back to the main stairwell. As you two are coming down the stairwell to come to get me, I'm going to come to you and I'm going to say, "Niñas, we must go."
Yeah, so you do that. Lucius will turn around and he'll tell you about I'll just be do you guys found any like papers or diaries or anything in the state? Because that would definitely help Sagranas get better research for us.
Yes. I reach into my backpack and like absentmindedly hand it over to him. Do I feel anything as I touch it?
Feel anything? What are we looking for? And
an arcana element to it, or do I feel a heat or a cold emanating from it?
No, I'd say you wouldn't.
Okay.
This seems very like mundane papers. This is written in a language that you don't recognize.
Okay, that's fine. That's good. Sorry, what?
No, go ahead.
Here, take these. That's fine.
We found something upstairs.
Well, why didn't you say anything? I say as we're in the forecourt of the front of the house now, and we've got like 20. And I'm like, go on, show me.
You have to come up with us.
Yeah, all right.
Lucius,
What?
are you following along? Or are you heading back?
I'm gonna head back. So, where should I meet you guys? Back here or back at the temple or?
Meet us at the port. In fact, yes, Lucius. See Sagranus, and then use his name to get a contact, or go back to McCrilly and secure us.
If you need a ship, I know somebody, but you might want to be careful because you fucked his girlfriend. So
I don't have a girlfriend. Whoa! I have a friend.
wait, did you date her or were you just flirting with her? I can't remember now.
No, we did stuff. I mean,
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm just saying I might be able to get. I'll use his Sagran's name, and if that don't work, I'll use.
I was gonna,
otherwise.
yeah. Find out which ship had last left for Ninyas this morning. If you can find that out from your soldier friends at the port,
Oh yeah, I can definitely do that.
we'll meet you at the port. Okay.
Is there? Yeah, I'll do that. Thank you.
Okay.
Bill, is there any ox soldiers in here?
Pius, come show me.
This way.
No. This all seems to be city guard operating this the state security after this crime.
I imagine there's a bunch of guards in here, right?
Yeah, I mean they're currently, a lot of them have withdrawn. They've done kind of their own investigation, and what was left was a group of kind of guards that are just protecting the property itself at the moment to make sure that, you know, everybody's done. But they seem to have pulled back more. There's some at the doors and guarding where the servants' quarters are.
I was asking, with my military background, is there any chance that I could get one of the guards to go meet some of my ox guys and to tell them to look to see who has left the port today or that morning for that island ninjas or whatever it's called, and to meet me at the port?
Ninyas. Yeah, I'd say that would be cool. Like, you could have ox guards go and kind of do a
Ninyas.
I'll make sure that whichever guard is on a leave, I'll give them a few extra goals to, you know, like put a pip on your stuff, and then I'll go straight to Sagranas.
Yeah, sounds good. Yeah, he will scurry off to go to do that for you. And then you're heading back towards the end. Sagranas did tell you in about 2 hours or so is when he was hoping to meet back up. So depends. You would have a little bit of time. It would have probably only taken you like 20 minutes to
I'll
get
go
there.
to the temple then, and
Okay.
I'm gonna get my armor and equipment and stuff, and then I'll head to him.
Sounds good. Sounds good. As you go off and do that, they lead Randy upstairs to take a look at this like spider web of tracing that he's done.
Well, this is
Looks like he was
In-
investigating Helena.
yeah. That's a lot. That's a lot. Do I recognize any names on this board?
Yeah. Let's see. Give me a history check.
Sure. let me rephrase it before I roll this history check. Do I see my father's name on this board? That's a 17.
Okay. Yeah, with the 17, you recognized several of the names that would have to do with. You recognize the one Maxwell Tarney,
Right.
who owns a crystal, like basically like a crystal factory, crystal production kind of area.
Like crystal refinery sort of spot. Okay.
Yeah. There's like various crystals. They end up like kind of like growing them in a weird way. Like it's like a magical process to grow these crystals.
Sure.
So he runs like the major crystal production that's used for most of the, well, any of the various uses that they use crystals for, and very different magical processes depending on what they are.
Okay.
You also a Franklin Maricat,
Okay.
who is a production of like builds and produces large ships that like airships and stuff. He is one of the few manufacturers of airships upon the island itself, and they seem to be like he's drawn ties to her and has taken some notes about like, you know, payments going to her from these various individuals,
Right.
and notes also on there about her and this bill that she's trying to pass to like increase the local navy.
Sure. Okay. So on first inspection, it looks like she's taken a backhander from these big business types to gain naval contracts, and she's trying to push through a bill to get to that stage. At least on first look on this thing. Okay. So far, so corrupt. It's almost boring.
You don't need to glue it at all.
You know, who'd have thought that the politician would be the corrupt one, eh?
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to take all this down.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to fold it up neatly. Going to put it in the backpack. Going to fold it into one of my journals, so it's in that spacing. And so something to read and to dissect maybe a bit later on when we've got a bit of time. Lads, I think we're going on an airship.
Why? You said Nineveh. Why are we going to that place?
I think the person who killed the senator did it in the evening.
Isn't that the island where Marcus was from? And I'll like grip the sword. The sword cell, the hired sword from the banquet. Wasn't he from?
Was he?
I want to say he was from a pleasure island, and he invited me there. Isn't Ninos the holiday island?
So he was, but not from this one. This was he was from the Arcosian, which is an outside independent island. Ninius is within the Latong on the western reaches of the islands.
We're heading west. I think we've got ourselves a bit of a better bead. We knew that the professor had gone west. I feel like this is tying together. Ninias is where she fled. She said that she was going on holiday.
Okay.
If we can find the ship, that left with Ninias this morning, we'll have a name of the ship and we'll know who the captain is. We know who the captain is, we'll know who's on there with him, because we can ask the Port Authority to give us a manifesto of the people who are on there.
And this girl we're looking for? Woman?
I think, yeah. I
What
don't.
does she look?
Yeah. Yeah. No, that's. Damn it. And I stop again in the middle of the path, like, I didn't ask any questions at all, Hendrix. As soon as I got a name, I just left.
How did the talks with Josephus go?
He met him, but he's not the guy.
Okay.
I mean, I get the feeling he's just not the guy. He deals with just the morning side of things. And I don't think that he died in the morning. I think he died the night before and was poisoned, possibly by his tea. Was there any tea in his room when you were there?
We noticed that the bed was turned down and there was a teacup on the side, but somebody would have had to come in the room to turn the bed down while he was alive.
No one came
to
through
report
the
anything.
No one came in through the window either.
Or outside.
I think it was the maid, man. She's the maid, man. Yeah. Listen, let's head to the port. I'm gonna talk to Medea and see if I can get us a ride. And Lucius can come back to us and tell us if he managed to find out that from the port authority any details on who was on the ship.
All right.
Indeed.
So you guys are heading towards the port, and Lucius, you were heading back to see Sagranus after getting your armor. Sagranus will probably still be a little while before, so you guys would kind of reach the port first without Lucius. So is there anything you guys would like to do while you're kind of making your way down there, or once you get to the port, anything you want to do before you interact with Lucius himself?
Do you think we need any special kind of equipment? Do we know Ninyas at all? What kind of topography and environment it is?
Yeah. I would say if anyone would want to give me like a history check or some sort of knowledge check to see their knowledge of outside islands, I'm pretty open to what you guys use.
I maybe use my survival to know basically the layout of the land, how,
Okay.
whether it's, a good position or not.
Go ahead and give me that one.
Well, maybe 13.
Okay. You're not super familiar with it. You've heard of it. You've been there. You know that it has like a large resort town, but other than like the beaches and the resorty area that you've heard of, are mainly surrounding like a large lake. You don't really know beyond that, like the rest of the island.
Yeah.
The only other thing I was going to say, do we have any general stores that would sell healing potions of some sort?
Yeah. There would definitely be some stores that would have healing potions. As you make your way down towards the dock area, you spot like a store that has like on it, like it looks like a potion bottle on like a sign out front of it. You enter, and there would be a human woman, probably elderly, it's light blue, like a dress on. She's kind of scurrying around. Currently, she was showing there's like a couple there that are walking around, and she's like grabbing a couple of bottles. And this one would help, that is for sure. And yes, you sir, this one would be for you. I guarantee this will do what you are looking for it to do. Oh, hello sir, I'll be right with you. Now give me a moment here. I'm just gonna wrap up the couple. Is there anything else you two are looking for? If not, that would be 80 gold pieces. And the gentleman like pulls out of his pouch and hands over a stack of platinum to the woman. She nods. Well, pleasure doing business with you, sir. Remember me, and of course tell your friends. Yes, tell them old Roberta take good care of you. And then she walks around over towards you, Hendrix. Is there anyone else coming with Hendrix, or Randall?
Could I perhaps bump into that guy as I'm walking through the door and maybe my fingers pick up a potion or two, or possibly some platinum pieces?
Okay.
On the safe wavelength, so I'm glad you did it.
Yeah. Go ahead and give us a sleight of hand.
If I can help him in any way with a distraction.
Oh, that'd be great if you could.
All right, go ahead and roll with advantage as Hendrix kind of spots you going for the move.
Oh,
no! The guy, like, you bump into the guy, and he quickly, like, grabs at his stuff and glares at you. It doesn't say anything, though, and, like, oh, wait, that was a natural one. But that was advantage, so you would have gotten the 6, so that's okay.
I know, but still, my God.
He glares at you. Roberta, I don't know what sort of place this is, but you may watch for these ones.
I tripped and I fell, sir. I bid you good day.
Good day, sir.
I said good day, sir.
And he turns and walks and leaves the establishment.
Did you see that person, Roberta? I think he tried to pick my pocket.
I doubt that. They have quite a bit of money. Anyways, what is it I can do for you two? Or should I send you along your way?
Oh, God, no, Roberta. We're looking for some healing potions if you have them.
I have some. Of what quality are you looking for?
The best.
What if you have in stock?
Well, I have a few of the standard healing potions. Those run 55 gold. And I've got a greater healing potion. Those run 150 gold. And I have one superior healing potion. Those are 250 gold.
Right. Do you accept letters of mark?
No.
I'll take
gold. Platinum? Gems?
Hendrix, how much do you have?
I'll take 3 of the lesser potions, and I'll put 6 of those gems on the table. So technically the gems are 25 quid each.
Yeah.
25 quid each, so that's 150 worth.
Alright, you're buying 3. I suppose I could do that. And she'll put 3 regular healing potions up on the counter. Scoop up the gems. She goes behind the counter and pulls out like a little loop and like starts looking them over. Alright.
Yes. Very good.
Anything else I can get for you, gentlemen?
What other potions do you have?
For all sorts of potions. What are you looking for? Something to give you a little extra pep with the ladies?
I'm fine, thank you.
Sure you are, dearie.
Although, I do have a friend who I feel could definitely... Yes. Actually, how much would one of those be?
Well, if you're just looking for a little extra longevity, I've got some that cost about 10 gold. If you're looking for extra fertility side, that's about 40 gold.
I was thinking more along the lines of something that could help someone be a better dancer.
Oh, dancer. I've got one. For a little while, it would increase one's ability to maneuver their feet. It's a little pricey at 175 gold.
That's a good price.
I've got some that could probably make someone think they're a good dancer.
Yes. How much for that? And is it just whiskey?
No, 35 gold. It kind of creates a self-illusion of one's own accomplishments and abilities.
Could I get one of those? And I wonder, do you have a potion that could help a person handle any kind of terrain at speed, that they would be able to just dart around, say, a forest or a mountainside with equal aplomb?
Well, I mean, it sounds like you need a tracker of some sort for that, but I think there's
Some kind of free movement.
Yeah. Yes, I have something. I don't think it's not quite cheap, but let me see what I've got in stock. Otherwise, I can get you something.
Well, this is what I'd like to do. I'm going to give you a certain amount of money. I'd like to have 2 regular health potions, that potion of self-belief, shall we call it. If you happen to have a potion that could help a person jump higher, and a potion that could perhaps stop a person from falling, I will pay gladly for all 5 potions. And I don't need to have that 5th one, the free movement, today. You can find it at your own largesse. But I'll take all 5 of those today for you for the bargain price of 200 gold pieces.
I think 200 alone might cover the freedom of movement one. But to jump, healing potion, and your idea of self worth, I guess. I could do those for 2 of those. I'd do it for 175.
For everything?
I couldn't do the freedom of movement one, but I could do the jump, your 2 healing, and your delusions of grandeur, shall we call it, potion.
That's fine. Acceptable. I can accept that as a price.
Oh, you wanted one that helps fall, right?
Yes. Maybe for 25 gold pieces, considering my initial pricing.
Okay.
Agreed?
Sure. Even 200.
Even 200 it is.
Yeah. Now, the falling will let you fall any distance. It's fine. Well, it lasts for about a minute or so. It's only for yourself or whoever drinks it. If you're falling like from here to the mist below, it'll take more than a minute, let me warn you. And you find yourself falling very quickly, a few hundred feet below the island.
Right. No, that's well noted. I appreciate you. I hand her 20 platinum pieces.
All right.
And leaves me with 2 platinum at the end of it, and 14 gold. I am decimated. But it's worth it.
So we have a jump. We have a self feather fall.
Yeah. So I'm going to give the jump and the feather fall to Hendrix, and I'm going to give the self-belief to Lucius.
Okay.
Piles is going to get that free movement when it comes along.
Okay.
But I'm going to hold on to those 2 lesser potions.
Okay. Sounds good. All right.
Yeah. Sorry for jacking that space.
No. Good. All right. So, you guys are somewhere over there by the docks. Meanwhile, let's go back to Lucius and encounter Sigranis. So, Lucius, you return to Sigranis's chambers, I'm assuming.
Yep.
And when you get there, you see the wizard kind of like sitting there in his chamber. He's got the mirror is standing with like a sheet covering it, but you recognize some of the stands from it on the side, and he's also has a statue sitting on his table.
I was quick.
Lucius, come come on. Very interesting place. This, I didn't realize they use the crypts for such things.
You're gonna have to teach me that trick sometime.
So, did you get papers or anything
yeah.
you're looking for?
He'll start patting like his pouches and finally pull out the stuff he got from them. I can't really read it, so hopefully you can, and he'll hand it to him.
He pulls the papers out and looks. It's all written in Infernal. This one I recognize without having to use anything. It was sadly a large part of my study for many of my years. And he starts flipping through, bits of the paper. Whew, your boy Nassos seems to have been into some interesting things. Wow.
I mean, sometimes people get desperate, especially when everybody around you treats you the way they treated him, so I can understand, but the lengths that he went, that's a little overboard if you ask me.
Well, I suppose I understand, of course. There were times, I'm sure, where his afflictions would have been forgiven or passed on, but this is not the society for that, it seems. Yeah. Anyways, so, from what I see, and what I saw there, the mirror itself is a, kind of like a communication device. It has infernal runes worked into it. It was designed ages ago by some dark magic users to communicate with demonic entities without having to summon them to their plane and their realm. Directly. Seems like this one is still in very good shape and still utilized. Somehow has managed to escape. The detection of many of our people that sought to destroy these sorts of things. From the writings and from the statue, I gather he was in particular contact with one powerful demonic entity that seems to at least go by the name Shah Lenok. The true extent of it all, I'm not 100% sure. Some of the more recent entries was optimism of the research done by this professor that you were seeking out. Something to do with some sort of transfer. Soul transfer type thing, using some infernal magic, some color of some sort.
Interesting.
I can see if there's more to glean from these papers. It would take me more than the couple of moments I've had so far with these papers. If you'd be willing, you could leave them with me and I can investigate further. If not,
really appreciate that, and I shall. I do have a question. You heard about it's the mayor, right? That died?
Oh, the senator. Yes.
Yeah, senator. I just went back there to get the papers from them, and they had me check some ships because somebody who they suspect murdered him went to what's it called again? Ninanis or
Ninias.
Do you believe there's anything we should worry about in that place?
I mean, depends on where you're going there. There's a resort town on the northern sector of that island. Beautiful lake that is quite nice. Spent many nice days boating there. It's a beautiful area. The southern part of the island gets a little rougher. There's a large mountain range that dominates that area. It's less explored and less utilized. There's various mines there and things like that, but I don't really have much experience with that realm.
I understand that. I mean, I think I appreciate that. We might have to look into that area. I'm sorry that I asked for so much. If you need a favor in return, by all means, let me know and I'll be more than happy to.
Well, I appreciate that. I'll keep it in mind. At the moment, I am good, but I might call upon you and your compatriots. You seem to be of use, and Theodosia seems to be fond of you for some reason. And I trust her judgment.
Thank you. I really appreciate that. I do have one more thing to ask. Hopefully I'm not overstepping my boundaries, but I believe this guy needs to be washed. I mean, he's communicating with infernal demons, whatever the hell he's doing to gain power. Is there any chance you can maybe have somebody infiltrate his guards and keep an eye on him or something? I mean, I think he needs to be washed. I think he's too dangerous.
Yeah, I will speak with Theodosia. She tends to handle the more covert elements. I am more direct and magical in my approaches, mainly dealing with the king, but see if she has any ability to infiltrate the guards. We'll see what we can do.
Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. And if I find any magical artifacts, I'll make sure to bring them to you. I'm pretty sure you would appreciate that, especially with everything you have here.
Yeah, it for sure is always interested in things when I can break away from my duties with the king and various other things that I have going on. If I find out more information from these papers that I think will help you, I will try to send you information.
And with that, he's gonna bow and he'll tell him in Elven, "Thank you for your time. Have a good night."
I'll respond in Elven. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I'll get a horse and head straight to the docks to meet whoever I'm getting the information from, and so I can meet the group.
Okay. Would you meet up with the group before going to find your ox?
Yeah, I think that would be a good idea, especially because I feel like Randall's like 100% better at getting information from people, so I'd rather have him there.
Okay. Yep. So you're able to find your party somewhere down by the docks. What is it you guys would be doing when he finds you?
I think it was this
Hendrix.
one. That one.
Go pay that kid that's singing.
Okay.
The one humming over there.
I'm so dubious, but no one's pranked me yet today, so I'm like, okay.
What's the prank, Pyos? What's going to happen? Is that kid going to turn into a demon and just poo on him?
No, kids are good for information.
Oh, you're a professional, aren't you? All right, that's fine.
I chuck 5 copper at the kid in the kid's pouch and just walk back, not asking him anything. Just like,
I think you're going to just throw money at the kid. Here, have that. Why?
nah, just a handful of copper, like 3 or 4 coppers.
Yeah.
Just in his hat or his bag, whatever he's got out in front of him.
Yeah.
And just walk back to Perth and happy?
It will do.
Right.
Okay. Lucius, you come upon the scene of Randall looking around for something and Hendrix looking a little confused as to what the heck Peos has asked him to do and why.
And just gonna put my hand on top of Randall's arm, and then I'm just gonna say, "Are you okay there, buddy?"
Jesus. Learn to jangle more. My God, I'm going to get you a bell. Big man, you move like a bloody ninja sometimes, I tell you. Whew, my
What's that
heart.
word? So I found out the name of that demon that this guy was working with. His name is Shalanok.
Shalanok.
Yeah. Also, Segranus mentioned something about pretty much a messed up side of town in that place we're going to, so maybe we might want to check that area. There's some mountains there, and the area is not really, there's no guards or anything, so not explored that well. Maybe we'll find the mistress or somebody down there.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, let's not forget that it was inside a rich man's estate that, the last demon was hiding. So, I mean...
Yeah, true. But, I figured if we don't find her in town, we know she went somewhere else. So.
Sure. Fair enough.
And
wait, listen.
shall we...
Can you do me a favour? You're a bit taller than me.
Yeah, what's
Any of these have got a round porthole in the front at the... What do you call it? Is it the front of a ship? It's called the prow, isn't it?
Wow.
Oh, you're looking for a certain ship?
I mean, just can you see one?
I imagine you want me to do whatever check. I forgot what it's called. Perception.
I can't see from my angle, man. It's too low down.
Yeah, go ahead and give me perception.
I rolled a 1, so that's a 4.
They
So
all
no.
seem to have round holes somewhere on their prow that you can
I'm
tell.
sorry, they all look alike to me. I'm sorry.
Yeah, no, I get it. Can I look at I didn't take down the name of the ship.
Mhm.
That is Medea's ship. Yeah, I know. I didn't do it. Did I see the sail? Could I perhaps work it out from there?
Yeah, give me what sort of roll would you want to do to see if
Guidance.
Hold on. I'm gonna play an ice cream van jingle whilst thinking about Medea.
That's not what the ice cream van sounds like in England.
No, but in this particular place, when the ice cream cart comes around, that's what they sing.
Yeah.
And is now canon. So I'm going to keep doing that only in her head until I hear someone shout in exasperation, "Hello!" And I know I'm going to find them.
All right.
I know exactly what you've just done.
I love it. Yeah, it doesn't take long. You hear a, "What in the bloody hell is all that racket?"
Found her.
And you see the sound coming from a ship not too far away on the docks. And it has a large, it's a slender ship, kind of long and skinny, with kind of a triangular side sail with a big feather that's etched into the main sail thing. And as you get closer, you see on the ship is written "Feather on the Wind."
Well, I mean, there's never been a negative connotation to that with regards to pilots. So let us away. Oh, Medea.
We do need to meet the guys to get the information from real quick.
Did you not find that out already, mate?
Well, I wanted you to come with me just in case I didn't. You're a charmer. I'm not.
Right. Well, I know where her ship is now, so yeah, she looks a little bit irritated, to be fair. All right, well, let's head off then. Maybe all four of us together?
Yeah.
Piles, stop staring at that kid, waiting for him to say something. It looks really creepy.
Making sure that he's not communicating with others.
Right, I understand, but you're 15 foot away from him, and I think he's actually just peed himself a little.
You want me to take him out?
No shoelaces.
Very well then.
Keep all
Honestly.
the rocks away from him.
He's got all the rocks. I've given him all the bloody rocks. I thought, you know what, we should get him a sling. That's what we should have done at the general store. We should get him a sling.
Yeah, we should get him a fancy one too, so that when people see it, they're scared.
Yeah, I like that too. All right. So, GM, we're going to head on.
We're going to.
We're going to go to that one. But first, before we go to that one, we're going to go. Which way we go, Lucius?
I'll take you guys to where the place is.
All right, we're going to follow Lucius real quick.
So Lucius, you would know there's like a small outpost area that's attached with like the harbor master's office, where the ox guards who man the defense of the docks area, where your lodge mates would be. And sitting outside, you see kind of a slender, blonde-haired, with like a big kind of like bushy beard, member of your lodge sitting there like puffing on a cigar sort of thing, like leaning up against the light post, and he sees you and he nods at you as you kind of come closer. Lucius, what's going on, my friend?
I'm alright. How about yourself?
So
I was wondering. Okay.
I was told you were looking for information.
Yeah, we need some information on the ships that left. Was it yesterday morning?
Yes.
Yeah.
To Ninias, like ships and whoever was in the ships, if possible.
Yes, there was one ship that left for Ninias yesterday, so that does make it easier for you. A ship by the name the Rashad. It's a kind of a pleasure cruising ship, a travel vessel taking from here to Ninias, and usually that's about it. Every now and then it will make a stop in New Sulan on the way there, but I don't have full manifest there. They seem to be very secretive as to who they have on the ship. They say something about client privileges. But if your friends or whoever you're looking for, disgruntled lover maybe, was on that heading to Ninias yesterday, that would be the ship, unless there was some private vessel. But none others have marked a deliberate travel there.
I'm gonna look at Randa real quick, and what was that person's name that we were looking for, if you don't mind me asking?
Oh, she was a servant girl by the name of Lucia.
I just want to look at him, and I'm gonna say, I need a personal favor from you boys, and it's of very important. I'll tell them the name, and if anybody by that name comes back to town, I need you guys to detain them, and to have the Our Lady talk to her, because she's a suspect in a murder. So,
Did you gentlemen happen to see who did board that ship?
No, sadly we usually don't pay much attention to the pleasure, travel vessels. We're more interested in protection of the city itself.
But generally with the pleasure vessels, one can assume it's a certain class of person.
Oh yes, it's not cheap to take airships, and especially to locations like Ninias. It's very exclusive.
How much would it cost, do you reckon, to take a pleasure cruise out there?
500 gold or so, probably. That's for a cheap ship place. Most are, 100 platinum or more for a good, cabin.
Right. Sure.
Sure as all hells I've never been.
Okay. Can I get an insight check to see whether or not they're telling the truth?
Yeah.
Or whether they've been paid off to not see something?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I've got to start rolling better at some point. 12.
12's good enough that you get a good sense that he seems to just be straightforward.
Okay.
Being a member of Lucius's lodge, he's already predisposed to help out if he can.
Right.
It's just that they're soldiers that are kind of paid to defend the city, and certain things they don't bother to pay attention to, usually like the exit of wealthy individuals from the city. That doesn't seem to normally flag their radar of danger.
I have a question because I feel dumb. How much is what in platinum? How much gold?
Platinum's 10, so 100 platinum would be about 1,000 gold worth.
Okay.
Which is what he's saying, that like a nicer cabin would have been.
Well, I'm gonna like go to give him a hug and I was from his here. Like, thank you, really appreciate this, and I'll have 1 platinum in my hand as I'm, shaking, and I'll be like I said, of utmost. If anybody hears any person of this name, I want them detained and Our Lady to first know. All right.
I'll keep an eye out. I'll use this to see what palms can be greased.
I'll make sure to when I get back at some point to take you guys out. For a night. I'll talk to the captain.
I might know somebody that can tell us.
Yeah? Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I think we need to retrace steps.
All right. So from here, where are you guys headed?
Back to the kid.
I figured. I'm going to keep walking past the kid as Piles has this conversation. I'm going to see if I can head off without the other 3 noticing to head on to Modea's ship.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll just to see how well you're able to break away from the others. Piles, what is it you're going to do with this lad?
Beat him up.
14.
I walk up to the kid. Hey, kid.
Yeah?
Remember my friend that gave you some money?
That
And I
one?
look over at Hendrix.
Hendrix,
Yeah.
you would have spotted, just passively anyways, you would have seen Randall kind of sneaking away.
I watch him lurk away, but I just keep a mental note of it. I don't say anything or follow him. I just see the direction he goes and let it be.
Yep. What do you want?
The more information you give us, the more money my friend will give you.
Not fully free with someone else's money.
Yeah,
As a friend.
the kid's got a point.
It is all in the day's work.
Okay, well, I mean, what is it you're looking for? I mean,
We are looking for people, airships,
there's a whole bunch right there.
and specifically certain people.
Okay. Do
I look
you
over at Hendrix.
know what they look like, or what is it they're doing?
There would have been a pleasure cruise that left yesterday, roughly about just before midday.
Oh,
One of them on that ship doesn't look like they probably belonged on that ship.
I didn't take any purses from any of them, or anything like that.
And even if you did, that's not why we're here.
Oh, okay.
We
Good.
do not care.
I mean, not that I would have. There was this girl, dark hair, wearing like a white dress, gold trim, but it was like a servant dress, I think. Like, I don't know. Maybe she was there to serve someone, but I didn't see her walk in with someone else, which is usually like servants come with everybody else.
Yes.
She
And you-
out there.
Didn't take her pass by any chance, did you?
No, it wouldn't have been worth it. I mean, no, I don't do that sort of thing.
And did you get a sense of her being? Was she happy, worried, anxious? Someone going on a cruise at that state, you'd think that they'd be excited.
I mean, I wasn't watching her super close. She did look around a lot, so I was kind of seeing if maybe she was waiting for her master or whoever she worked for, but I never saw her with anyone. I got a little distracted. There was this guy in like a bright red suit that I didn't he was with some girl. I was following him for a little bit in case he had some money, but He looked a little too quick with his fingers, so I moved. I mean, I didn't follow nobody for no money.
This guy in this red suit, he sounds interesting. From here, or would you say he's from off the island?
Nah, he looks somewhere else. I don't travel much, but he certainly didn't look like he was a Leighton.
And he boarded the same ship.
Yeah, he was going on that ship. He brought some good-looking woman with him. I don't know. Some redhead wearing similar like red dress. Seemed to like almost match his outfit. She looked more local, but he certainly didn't.
Okay, I look back at Pius. Anything else?
I think that it's good.
You said
I
money.
reach in my pack, and the leftovers from this morning's meal I pull out and hand over.
You said money.
He has the money.
I give him 5 silver.
All right. And he like moves his fingers really quickly, and it like disappears.
I
Running
appreciate the
away on
help.
his fingers.
All right. Meanwhile, Randy, you make your way to Feather on the Wind.
Yeah. Walk up the gangplank. Nod to some of the crew. Don't engage them in conversation. I'm looking for Medea. Is she at the wheel, or is she in her cabin?
Yeah, she's leaning up against a rail, kind of eyeing you. Well, Randy, I certainly did not picture seeing you a few hours later.
Well, I mean, I'm not one to be attachable, and I certainly wouldn't want you to feel that I'm clingy. But I did enjoy last night. I think that you did it too.
A couple times, if I judged the letter you wrote.
Yeah, I can count. And as I count, I'm like pointing my fingers. I know how to count. I have an opportunity. You are in dock at the moment for a while, am I right?
Little while, yeah.
Now, how would you feel about taking a little trip?
You are a quick mover, aren't you?
I mean, yeah, I am. That's true. I won't lie. And I don't like calling in a favor so quickly on a new friendship. It's not really my style. But there is something that is actually genuinely important. And it's bigger than me. And I would like to be able to use any resources available to me. So look, off the bat, I'm going to tell you right now, I've got no money for you now, but I will have money for you upon our return. And it's not like it's a long journey. It's to Ninyas.
Okay, a few days sail.
Yeah.
I
4
guess
bodies.
4 bodies. That's it?
Yeah, I mean, one of them's my size, so really it's only 3 bodies. Although one of them is actually, so 4 bodies really, all said and told.
Okay. Could use a little trip. How long would we be there?
Yeah, no, that's a good question. We would probably be there maybe, I could see us being there maybe a week.
All right.
Really?
Yeah, why not? I've got a little while. I'm waiting on something to arrive here, and I think a week would probably give us about the time that we need.
Can I get an insight to see if that's the real reason or if she's actually into me?
Sure. Give me an insight.
That's a 14.
Yeah. You can tell there's definitely a fondness for you, but you can also tell there's truth in what she's saying. Like, whatever she's here for and she's waiting for, she feels a week will give her ample time to,
get that done.
Get back and then still be able to do whatever she's here for.
Plus, also keeping the crew on their toes and keeping them moving means there's less chance of them getting arrested for getting drunk. All right. All right. How much would it cost to go there and back and to hang around? Be honest. I don't need friend prices at this stage.
Nina's back 3 days a week. 1,500 gold.
Okay, so friend prices?
We could do a payment plan probably, but still I gotta pay the crew, I gotta pay for food, I gotta pay for docking fees, repairs, anything that might come a price. We could probably do 1,000.
Okay, I could do 1,000 gold. I can't do it now, but I can give it to you when we get back.
I'm sure whatever benefactor you must have perhaps can help with that.
I've got a few. I got a couple in my pocket. So, all right, excellent. I'll get the lads, and if we could, do you reckon we could head off inside the hour?
An hour. She looks over the crew. I think in an hour I can gather enough to at least get us going and send word for the rest to wait our return.
I really appreciate that. Thank you, my dear. You're the best.
All right, Randy. You're gonna have to sleep in some of the guest quarters for at least most of the time.
I mean, come on.
I do have duties and a crew that still needs to respect me.
All right, that's fine. No problem. We'll see how it goes. All right, you might change your mind.
All right.
Whatever. No pressure. It's fine. I will call out to the guys down the way and be like, Oi! Oi! Oi!
I think Randall
That's
shouts.
a circle.
Nah, they're just not responding. Sorry, is that racist to do that, my dear? Sorry, apologies.
I do believe Randall is calling us.
There you go.
Might as well head there now, make him look better in front of his lady.
All right. Gentlemen, this is Medea, Captain Medea. This is her ship. These are her crew. Let's be nice to everyone. We have secured ourselves a ship to Ninias.
Fantastic.
I've got a small room. It's got bunks, but it's better than the hammocks my men usually sleep in. We'll be putting off in about an hour. I've got the first mate out now looking for some of the crew. Won't take much and we'll get underway. Make yourself comfortable. Stay out of our way.
Thank you very much for your assistance.
Any friend of Randy is someone to keep an eye on.
If you are boarded, we will kill them.
All right, then.
Is there anything that I can do to help out? I'm pretty sure you can use somebody my size.
Well, you know what? There's a couple of crates there on the dock. I was waiting for some of my bigger fellows to come back. If you want to start loading them in the hole.
I'll be more than happy to. Thank you.
With that, I think that's a good place for us to cease today's episode. Thank you very much to my amazing players. And bye, guys.
Bye.
Hey, there's that street kid.